Hi, I'm Erin from Broke Millennial for the Financial Diet. Welcome to the 3-Minute Guide brought to you by Skillshare. 44 million Americans collectively have over $1.5 trillion of student loan debt. It's pretty much an epidemic at this point. That means you need to arm yourself with all the information possible. Because this is such a hefty topic, we are doing a special extended episode of the 3-Minute Guide. Here is everything you need to know about student loans. Decode your financial aid letter properly. The first aspect is understanding whether or not the money you're receiving is a scholarship or a loan. Sometimes using words like award makes it sound like it's a scholarship, when in fact it's not. It's a regular loan. If you have any confusion about which type yours is, be sure to reach out to the financial aid office at your school. Federal student loans are better than private. If you're watching this video before you finish taking out student loans for college, then be sure to always maximize your federal student loans before turning to private. Federal student loans provide far more options in repayment than private loans do. Some federal student loans are even subsidized, which means interest does not start accruing while you're in school. You can actually return surplus loans or your financial aid refund. Before you commit to all of your student loans, you need to run the numbers and see if you actually do need to use every penny you received. You might be thinking, wait, I can give money back? Yes, you can. It's within your rights as a borrower to cancel all or a portion of your federal student loans without triggering fees or accruing interest, if you do it within 120 days of receiving them. You may also have received a financial aid refund. The term refund makes it sound like it's free money, kind of like a tax refund, but it's not. It is still a loan and it's still accruing interest. If you don't need that money because all of your base needs have already been met, then it's best to just return the refund in order to have less to be paying back after you've graduated. How to find all your student loans. Most people have multiple student loans with different servicers, so it can be a real pain to track them down. Federal student loans make it fairly simple with the National Student Loan Database System, which can be found at nslds.ed.gov. All of your federal student loan information should be right there. You can pull a free copy of your credit report from annualcreditreport.com in order to track down private student loans. It also doesn't hurt to ask your parents, especially if they took out some student loans for you and expect you to help them pay them back. When you have to start repaying. You generally don't have to start making payments on federal student loans until 6 months after you've graduated or after you've dropped below half-time enrollment. Private student loans don't always offer the same amount of time, so be sure to check with each one of your providers to see how long your grace period is. Let's talk about repayment options. As I mentioned earlier, federal student loans have far more options, including the income-driven repayment plans and forgiveness programs. Income-driven repayment plans help make sure that your entire paycheck is not going towards your student loans, and it can help provide a little bit of breathing room in your budget from month to month. These plans cap your monthly payment at 10 to 20% of your discretionary income. The issue with these plans is that you extend the term of your loan from 10 years to 20 or 25 years. After 2 decades of making payments, any remainder on the student loans gets forgiven. Forgiveness programs are generally for people working in the public sector, such as nonprofits or for the government. The Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, for example, requires you to make 10 years worth of student loan payments, and at the end of that time, any remainder will get forgiven. You usually need to consolidate your federal student loans in order to make them eligible for either an income-driven repayment plan or for a forgiveness plan. But consolidation is not the same thing as refinancing. Refinancing is the act of taking out a new loan to pay off an old loan. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but the reason you do this is because the new loan has a lower interest rate, and therefore it could save you hundreds to thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. However, there is a huge catch. Refinancing a federal student loan turns it into a private loan, which means you are no longer eligible for any of the federal programs, such as income-driven repayment plans and forgiveness. You do not have to refinance all of your student loans, so if you have federal and private student loans, it could make sense to refinance the private and leave the federal student loans alone. There are so many scams. You've probably already gotten a robocall about a student loan debt relief program. Be careful, there are tons of these student loan scams. You do not. I repeat, you do not need to pay anyone to get you enrolled into a federal program to help pay off your student loan debt. Don't let someone swindle you into paying them money for something that you could do for free. That's money that could be going towards paying off your student loans. Also, your servicers might not do a great job of telling you what all your repayment options are, so it's your job to do your homework and keep on top of all the paperwork. The best way to prepare for handling your student loans is to be proactive, because you probably have multiple servicers who aren't exactly looking out for you. Educating yourself is the key to making a student loan repayment attack plan. Trying to pay off those student loans faster? You and I both know the best way to do that is to start bringing in more money. One way is to up your game by using Skillshare, which provides an easy and affordable way to expand your talents. Every week, we're featuring a different Skillshare class we think you guys will love. This week's class is Building an Etsy Shop That Sells: Strategies for E-commerce Success. Hosted by Etsy content producer Parker Gard, this class will teach you the ins and outs of creating a successful e-commerce business within an online marketplace. As always though, Skillshare offers a huge range of high-quality classes on must-know topics from writing to fitness to business, and it's all about what you want to learn at an affordable annual subscription of less than $10 a month. And since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 500 people to use the promo link in the description will get their first 2 months free to try it out risk-free. Click the link in the description to check out this week's featured class or any of the other classes Skillshare has to offer. Have a money question you want to learn more about? Leave your topic idea in the comment section below. I'm Erin from Broke Millennial for the Financial Diet, and don't forget to be here next Thursday for a new 3-minute guide.